Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. On today's show, we're talking about the dilemma of choosing suppliers and choosing specific products. There's a world of choice out there, and prices vary widely. It comes down to making a value determination whenever you're choosing a particular product. The importance of that choice depends on who you are and what you're going to do with it. If I'm going to play a game of basketball, I'm going to make a different choice on which ball to buy compared with Lebron James. To me, a basketball is worth an hour of recreation. To LeBron, the basketball is worth millions. He's going to make a different choice. On today's show, we're going to be looking at dishes. You might be wondering why we're looking at dishes. Well, our team is in the planning phases of a hospitality project. This will require investment in many different aspects. Everything from kitchen equipment to seating and tables for the dining room to glasses, dishes, cutlery, and napkins. There's hundreds of details to be planned in this project. And even though we're going to be talking about dishes, as you're listening to this, I don't want you to focus on dishes per se. What I want to emphasize is the process that will be used in the final product selection for the dining room. We believe that everything in the dining room needs to form part of the experience. The design of the menu, the training of the staff, the decor, the room temperature, the comfort of the seating, the manner and the speed with which the diner receives their bill. All of these details matter, and so too does the choice of dinnerware. We want diners to come away with a wow experience. The dining room will have a certain theme that's a combination of both upscale and casual. So we don't want a classic white dish. We also don't want an overly formal plate. We have to think about the design of that plate and is it going to be in keeping with the theme for the restaurant. And we found a supplier located in Vermont that had the look we were after. The reviews of the product were excellent and the quality second to none. But the prices were extremely high. A single dinner plate varied in price between $25 and $29. That's a lot for a single dish. A serving platter was priced at $82. We figured we'd need to spend over $15,000 in just dishes alone. Additional research showed that we could order a wide variety of products from China online, where the price would vary between $1 and $2 a plate. The minimum order quantity was high. We needed to buy at least 1,000 plates. But even if we ordered 1,000 and only used 200 of them, we're still talking about a price of $10 a plate compared with $25. Now, we found a supplier in China that had a product we liked. The look seemed in keeping with the brand and the theme of the dining room. And if we hosted a large event and needed more dishes, we would still have plenty of extra on hand. We wouldn't need to rent any dishes. But of course, we don't want to make the decision alone based on price. We have to consider the weight of the dishes. If the dishes are too heavy, that could be a workplace safety issue for the serving staff. If they're too heavy, they might need to be heated before serving the meal. Otherwise, the meal would get cold too quickly. If the dishes are too light, then they'll appear cheap and give the diner the impression that they're getting less value for their dining experience. The dishes have to be dishwasher safe. They have to not leach any toxic chemicals from the glaze or the ceramic. They have to be able to withstand the repeated temperature changes that come from the dishwasher. Those thermal cycles are the number one thing that shorten the lifespan of a dish. They'll eventually get small cracks in the glaze and break. The glaze needs to be robust enough that the plates won't chip with regular everyday handling when you're clearing the table. The color of the plate needs to complement the food, so when you have a colorful meal on the plate frames the meal, complements the colors of the meal without stealing attention away from the food. What we're talking about is not really a purchasing decision alone. What we're talking about is designing an experience for the end customer, of which the dinner plate is only one element. We want to make sure that the coffee cup is going to keep your coffee warm. I've been to so many restaurants that use poor quality cups and the coffee gets cold after only a couple of minutes. It's a pet peeve of mine. And while it's normal to bring dishes out of a warming drawer, it's less common to bring coffee cups out of a warming drawer. So when you select a product for your new construction home or your new apartment project, you want to be thinking about the usage. You want to model the experience for the end user. We happen to be talking about dishes this time. But we could be talking about the choice of shower pan, or the right brick for the exterior of a building, or which mortar finish the masonry team will use, or what kind of finish to use on a window trim. All of these details are about designing an end-user experience. You see, design doesn't have to cost extra. It just requires you to pay attention to the details and think through the experience from the perspective of the end user. It's not complicated, it's just rarely done. And as you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.